You're live.
We got sound.
Yep.
We're live. Yay! Awesome. I think I have to start everyone like that little giggle for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, we are making pavlova today, and because, well, Easter is coming and we have the instant Easter 6-pack out, and yum, oh yum, there's so many. So Easter is my favorite holiday because it's almost the only one the wine industry doesn't mess up. Because, I mean, oh my goodness, oh, be nice, Mr. Egg, come on. Okay, because, why is it? Because, oh my god, why am I tongue tied? Because I'm concentrating on this egg too much. That's why the white will not fall off, and this yolk is just on the verge of breaking. And of course, I already have 3 egg yolks in here, so this egg yolk cannot break, or else this will not work. Hello, people. How are you today? Good. Welcome. There we go. That egg yolk was like absolutely so attached to that egg. That was crazy. So, okay, so we're making pavlova. I know, eh? These are ones that are for their farm fresh eggs. So maybe that's why the white was so attached to the yolk there. That was crazy. So I've separated 3 egg whites here that are inside. I'm going to keep those yolks for something different. Another time, maybe some lemon curd maybe, or some aioli or something yummy. I don't know what. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to bring that up, and I'm just going to it's going to be done in 2 stages here. We're just going to take this and just whisk it. I got the whisk attachment on, and I'm going to just hit it really hard here. I start off nice and slow, get them incorporated, and then away we go. So yeah, so I'm thinking about Easter and thinking about all the wonderful things that come with Easter and how the wine industry is our only holiday that doesn't get affected by it, because like Labor Day is sparkling, Thanksgiving is Chardonnay and Pinots, then we get to Christmas and New Year's always a fear of ice wine. Picking ice wine, that's why I fully embrace all 4 days of Easter. Good Friday, which I have a party now, we've renamed it Great Friday, and Easter Saturday is kind of lame, Sunday do nothing, and even Easter Monday, if I can score something and do nothing, I will. So,
all right, let's talk about the wine.
Let's talk about the wine, yes! Thanks, Cara. So we're going right to the wine, the 2016 Vidal Icewine. It's called Howard's Vidal Icewine, named after my father, Howard, and he loved ice wine. So as you know, all the white wines are named after people in my family, and all the red wines are named after things. And you have to sadly not be here anymore to have a wine named after you. So my dad would come into the wine shop at times and just tell the wine shop staff, like, hey, pour me a glass of ice wine, and they willingly obliged. So, and ice wine and pavlova go so well together. So anyway, okay, so.
Wait a minute, why are you using that glass and not the other one?
Well, okay, let's use both glasses. So, okay, because what's here on the left-hand side, this is actually a proper ice wine glass. This was created by Vidal, and it's a cross between, I gotta remember it's a port, a sauterne, and a Sauvignon Blanc glass to make the ice wine glass.
Yeah, all the aromatics get connected in there.
Yeah. It's actually kind of neat to smell. Like, it's just so lifted and so aromatic with the apricot and peach and passion fruit and pears and all those gorgeous aromatics of ice wine. And I compared the aromatics to this bad boy. Was not that bad. This great glass. Wow. It's actually kind of,
doesn't it?
yeah, it's kind of brighter. It's kind of it's almost like I get more brighter peach juice notes to it, and pear notes, and like more juicy, more brighter. And I think it's a little more lifted as well. So the glass just means so much sometimes. It's crazy. You see, it makes a difference on the palate, because you see, like my mouth is gonna have to be smaller here compared to this guy when I taste it. So. Luscious, rich, intense, seductive. Oh my god. So that smaller, my mouth being more puckery to taste this, it'll be more open when I taste this one. Let's do that. Interesting. It almost tastes less sweet with the ice wine glass than it does with the traditional ISO glass.
Oh, that's cool. So the acidity that's in here is coming through.
Yeah, the acidity is coming through a bit more, and just the vibrancy of the acidity.
Yeah.
So like some of the zippiness, and I think because of the way it cascaded across my tongue too, it's a little wider.
Yeah.
I feel like the finish on the palate is longer, if that's possible, with the ice wine glass versus the ISO glass. So
and maybe a little bit more air.
More,
that one?
Yeah, more aeration when you throw that glass. Like how gorgeous you can get the rotation going on that, right? Versus this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to have a standard, an international standard, and that's what this glass is good for. It's good for absolutely everything. And I wouldn't recommend anyone going out to spend. I think there's about $80 each these glasses now. If you can even find them, I don't even know if they make them anymore. So Inniskillin, not to give kudos where they belong, Inniskillin actually created a glass with the Vidal family, and the first, I forget, like 10,000 or 20,000 glasses they made had the Inniskillin cartouche in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And and justifiably so. So, all right.
So back to Pavlova.
Back to Pavlova. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, yeah. Whee, we're there. Okay, so we're up to stiff peaks here. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to stop it for a second and just make sure that we have all the egg whites in there.
Wine wants to know, what do you think of a Riesling glass?
What do you think of a Riesling glass? That would work really well too. And what I love about a Riesling glass is a proper Riesling glass just comes up and tulips out at the top. And so that would change as well how the wine would, two things, especially how to open your mouth to taste it, and then also how the wine would get delivered to the palate. So that would be a good backup to an ice wine glass. Cool, good question. All right, so I'm just gonna put half the sugar in. You should use superfine sugar. I don't have any. But what I thought with the superfine sugar, you can just put sugar in if you're super careful here. Just put it into a food processor and just blitz it a few times, and that will get a little more powderized type thing. All right, so I have half of it there. Let's put the other half in, because we want it to get in and get really whipped into the egg whites, and then it'll turn like really glossy, very glossy and shiny and all those things. So, wow. All right, and you want to process the sugar in there long enough too, so it actually dissolves in the egg whites too. So we'll feel it in a second though, and if it feels a little gritty, then it hasn't beaten into the egg whites long enough that the sugar hasn't actually dissolved into the egg whites. So, also going to do while that's going in, let's shut that down for a second. I'm making Pavlova. So Pavlova is from Australia, and I kind of find it ironic that this actually originates in Australia, because it's going to be so hard to make this in Australia with the heat. And because of all the whipped cream that goes into the finishing of it as well. So, and I guess it started off at one of the hotels a long time ago in Perth, Australia, where they were eating this dessert, and whoever was watching it and was eating it said, you know what, this dessert reminds me of Pavlova the ballerina's dancing. It's as light and as airy as Pavlova's dancing, and hence the dessert was called Pavlova ever since. So I've just got a teaspoon of cornstarch. That's going to help set the Pavlova, the meringue, and then putting in a teaspoon of just white vinegar. It could be any acid. It doesn't have to be vinegar. It could be lemon juice, or, well, that's probably the most common things, lemon juice or vinegar. And that little bit of acid is going to be enough to just denature the protein enough, just to get it to help set as well. So I'm just going to whip this for a few seconds here. It's just about getting, that's going to be fully incorporated, the cornstarch and the vinegar. That's perfect, just right there. Okay. Oh my gosh, so delicious. So let's get rid of this. All right, let's just check it. So like, look how stiff that is. And like this stiff peaks. Wow. Okay, I think this is better than the one I made last night, actually. And look how shiny it is. And then also, let's just check one more thing before we just check the grittiness. Teeny little bit of grittiness, not much. So I'd go a little bit longer when you add the sugar before you add the acid, and the cornstarch if you're making this at home. But for the sake of television, we need to keep on going, right? So, okay, so that, we're getting rid of that later on. We're gonna put it in a 350 degree oven on this. So I just took some parchment paper, just cut it into a circle, and then with my spatula, just transfer it over onto here. You know what I did one year at Christmas? I made it into like a Christmas wreath, and then decorated it with a Christmas wreath. When I was done, it was spectacular. And it's just the lightest and floofiest. And
this is a great question here.
What's that one, babe?
Instead of vinegar and sugar, can you use ice wine?
Oh, Ooh,
That's a good question, yeah.
that's a good question.
We'll have to play with that.
Yeah, like for Sabayon, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
without doubt. But for a Pavlova, wow,
It
that would
might
be like
weigh it down too much, but it might not.
it might. Yeah, and you know what's interesting with that? It'd be like Northern Hemisphere meets Southern Hemisphere, right? I like it. It'd be like ultimate fusion, ultimate fusion cooking.
Well, and that also could be a part of the homemade Icewine Easter cream egg thing that we keep talking about playing with.
Yeah.
Ah.
So you get Easter cream eggs and making cocktails and stuff out of
Yeah.
it. Okay, all right. So this, right, is going to go into let's just get rid of that because that's just too much goodness. Well, whatever. Okay. I was going to go into a 350 degree oven. As soon as I put it in at 350, I'm going to drop the temperature down to 200 degrees and just let the oven stay on for 90 minutes and then turn it off after 90 minutes and leave it in the oven for, well, if you can leave it overnight, that's even better. Because you really want it to totally, ooh, that is hot, totally dry out. So, all right, so we're at 350. I was going to drop this down to 200. This oven is so insulated, I could actually leave it, I could turn the oven off, actually, if I wanted to, and it would totally cook. But anyway, let's leave it there. All right, so we're back in 90 minutes for this. But through the power of Instagram television is like freaking magic, man. So there's one already done. So what I like about this recipe of starting it off at 350 degrees and then dropping it to 200, get a little bit of color on it. Because sometimes if you do it all, well, it depends on what you want, I guess. If you want it like really white, then just put it in at 200 degrees and just let it stay there for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours. But this one, because putting it at 350 and then dropping it down, it got a little bit of color to it. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Oh my gosh, is that not dreamy? Oh, Cara, I forgot the whipped cream is downstairs in the fridge there. Yeah. Okay, so traditionally you decorate these with all kinds of tropical fruits. So we're going to use some kiwi, I have some chopped up mango, and then also some raspberry, blueberries, and blackberries. So, but first we have to put the whipped cream on. Yay! Gold star, thank you. So I just whipped up some whipped cream. So this would be like 1.5 cups of ice cream, and about, let's say, 1.5 heaping tablespoons of icing sugar. And so, what's that, babe?
Whipping cream?
Just whipping cream. Yeah, I did 35% whipping cream. So 1.5 cups of that with 1.5 tablespoons of icing sugar, and you know the icing sugar addition, like really that can just be as sweet as you want, basically, because obviously the meringue is like really super sweet. So you could even go with no sugar, but like, come on. So your ice wine should always be sweeter than the dessert, and so I think we're going to be safe here. So you even go a little more whipping cream than that, actually. I thought that was going to be lots, but yeah, well, whatever. Okay, all right. Let's do some, and this doesn't have to have any. Well, it depends on how crazy you are. Like at Christmas time, I was cute because I did all kinds of little red things, and then made the kiwi into like the leaves. But I think the idea is like the variety on here to give it color and texture and different, so that every bite has a slightly different flavor to it. And if I was making this in normal times, I'd probably take a bit more time with all this. But I think it's looking, but isn't that looking great? All the different colors. I made some blueberries. Where's the blueberries? And that will be like ultimate fusion, because like blueberries aren't exactly tropical. In Australia, they certainly use lots of passion fruit as well with it. That would be a great addition. Okay.
Blackberries. Yeah.
You know, I might just kind of put those. Look how deep they are in comparison to the rest of the colors. Oh, fantastic. Awesome. Okay.
Okay, so you've got this gorgeous thing. How do you serve it?
Okay.
Without it hopping all over the place.
Well, that's a challenge, you see. So you just go in. You want to decorate it just before you're going to serve it. Oh, okay, it just collapsed a little bit there. That's cool. That it kind of had bubbled up like that. So that's all right. So, and because it's so light and floofy, like a big slice, like anyone said, oh, just a little slice. No, because it's all floof. It's all actually.
It's just egg whites. That's just protein.
It is. It's all air.
Yeah.
So look at that. Okay, Cara, you that one. There you go. And tell me how they go. You know, I'm gonna grab another one for myself. Whee! cars. Like finally, I get to be on the other side of the camera, and and see, it is all air, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It's just air.
Yeah. But the sweetness, and then
Okay, and then I'm grabbing this.
yeah, okay, alrighty. It's just, it's that you have these great big huge meals, and you're so full, you feel so dense afterwards, that when you have a nice light dessert like this, it just, you could eat a whole piece of this and not feel any fuller and just be that much more satisfied. So, so anyway, is that pretty?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Again with the wine.
So you get the parallels of the tropical fruit sensations pairing between the wine and the dessert. So you get the mango, papaya, guava, passion fruit notes in the wine just come right through into the dessert too. So yum. Cool. All right. Well, we have to go now so we can eat the rest of this. And
And we've got customers.
and we have customers. Very exciting. Yes. So anyway, yes, we're open every day, 10 until 6. Sundays are by chance now. And then we're going to be opening up middle of April. We're going to get the big tent up. And then, yeah, we'll be hitting it hard. So we hope to see everybody out. So come out now and have a hello and grab some wine. But also at the same time, we want to see you in the middle of April for some flights of wine and some glasses. So until then, drink lots of wine, drink lots of ice wine, and we'll see you really soon. All right, cheers.
So good.
All right, whew, that was too long.